Okay, I'm going to try calling USPS criminal hotline and see if they, I had filed a criminal complaint with them and nobody ever got back to me because I had had many packages tampered with in the mail and I've had mail disappearing and things like that. This is just like one of many things that has happened to me for years since being a whistleblower. So I'm going to call them, and I had filed a criminal complaint. I got a case number and nobody followed up with me. You know, so I'm pretty mad about it. So I'm going to see if you can find out anything.
The U.S. Postal Inspection Service, a federal law enforcement agency. For more information or to file a report, you can also visit our website at www.uspis.gov. For questions regarding, I think you said theft. My mistake. Say main menu or press 1. I think you said. At the end of your call with a customer service representative, please remain on the line to complete a brief survey to help us. Thank you for calling the U.S. Postal Inspection Service.
They just hung up on
law
me.
Enforcement agency.
Yeah, this is such a joke.
To file a report, you can also visit our website at
This is supposed to be the criminal hotline where you have like a federal mail tampering thing. Should be like really serious, and they're just like a joke.
Including parcels with a delivered scanned but not received, mail delivery issues, postage prices, or hours and location. I think you said theft. Is that? At the end of your call with a customer service representative,
They just totally hung up on me. Nobody even picked up.
Your customer experience.
You're a joke.
Your opinion matters.
You're a joke. USPS criminal hotline, you're a joke. Hello? Hello?
Thank you for calling United States Postal Service Customer Care Center. My name is Mercedes. To assist you, may I get your name, please?
Yeah, Mercedes. What's your last name?
Who is this?
Yeah, I have a case number that nobody got back to me.
What my last name was?
Yeah, my name is Debbie Davis. Do you want to give me your name?
I said that in the opening.
You said Mercedes?
My name is Mercedes.
Okay. Well, Mercedes, there's a problem here because I filed a case number and got about a criminal complaint where my package got tampered with, and case number 11002152, and nobody has ever gotten back to me.
Can you repeat that information again? The number?
11002152. I emailed customer service multiple times, USPS customer support. So what is the status of this criminal complaint? Somebody tampered with my mail. I have pictures before. I take pictures of everything before it's sent out and how it's sent and everything, and it ends up damaged. The box isn't damaged, just the contents is damaged. Somebody's getting in my mail. So I want to know the status of this.
Okay, give me just 1 minute and I'm going to place you on hold.
Okay. boy, they're so professional, aren't they? You know, this has nothing to do with this. This is a USPS issue because the Universal Postal Union is overseen by the United Nations. So I don't know what the solution is here, but I just know that there's still major issues with the post office, USPS, and that need to be addressed. And I've had mail stolen and tampered with for years now, and I just can't. I've been reporting it. Uh, I just keep calling the hotlines and different things like that, and usually nobody ever gets back to me. And so this should be a federal offense, and people should be properly prosecuted, but nobody even gets back to you and does anything about it. Like they somehow think it's okay to tamper with mail, and they get away with it. And so every American, as far as I'm concerned, should be infuriated by this. My mail has been tampered with over 90 times since I became a whistleblower in 2013. Over 90 times I've had my mail either stuff I've ordered online that they've gotten into and stolen, or stuff that I've sent out has been, messed with. And then you try to file a damage claim, and they don't. I tried to file damage claims, and then I don't get paid. So that's insurance fraud. So my understanding is that the post office is actually owned by the United Nations. So that's the issue here. That's why it's such an issue that's difficult.
Representatives are still busy helping other customers. Please continue to hold the next available representative. Hi, Debbie. Did you file a claim for the package?
Not yet. I was gonna do that, but it's not a damage claim. It's a criminal complaint because it was tampered with.
I understand that, and that's where you would file a claim. What kind of?
No. This is. Are you not a criminal hotline? It's a federal offense to tamper with mail. This is the number that I called is the USPS criminal hotline. Are you not law enforcement?
No, you can file a complaint online. It's on the website.
Okay, the number. Okay, are you not aware where you work? The number that I'm calling. Are you not aware that your number is under the?
Do you know where you called?
I called the criminal hotline and I expected to talk to a federal investigator. Who are you?
I'm an agent.
Okay, I didn't have a damage claim. I didn't have a damage claim, ma'am. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm talking. I didn't call a damage claim. I called a federal hotline that is supposed to investigate.
That's what you would do.
Where? Where is that? Because I've tried. Where do I file a federal complaint for federal mail tampering? Is there something you don't understand?
So if it involves mail, it'll be the claim process.
It's not a damage claim. It's a federal mail tampering issue.
Calm yourself down.
I'm not calming down because who do you work for? Do you work for the U.S. government or the United Nations?
Okay, you need to calm yourself down, ma'am.
You need to get your head out of your ass and get a federal investigator to call me back. What is the status of my case? What's the status of my case? I gave you a case number.
You're hurting my ears.
I gave you a case number and I never got a response back.
Bye-bye.
I gave you a case number and I never got a response back. What's the status of my case number? What's the status of my case number? What's the status of my case number? What's the status of my case number that I gave you?
Your opinion matters.
See how they act? Nobody ever...
Thank you for calling the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, a federal law enforcement agency.
It says right there, a federal law enforcement agency. And she said, oh, this isn't a federal law enforcement agency. This is a post office. This is just a post office. It says right on the voicemail.
My mistake. Say main menu or press 1. Say emergency or press 2. Say theft or press 3. At the end of your call with a customer service representative, please remain on the line to complete a brief survey to help us improve your customer experience. Your opinion matters.
Yeah, we'll try calling again and see if somebody actually has a brain that picks up the phone.
Thank you for calling your United States Postal Service Customer Care Center. My name is Jan. To better assist you, may I please have your name?
Okay, Jan, the number I just called, when you pick up the phone, it says, hello, you have reached the criminal, this is a law enforcement agency for an investigative hotline. Is this not an investigative hotline?
This is the Customer Care Center for United States Postal Service.
Okay, so why does the voicemail say this is an investigative hotline? This is a federal law enforcement hotline, because that is the number that I called. And so is it directing just directing to customer service? 1-877-876-2455. It's supposed to be
Postal inspection don't take phone calls. We document cases if they are something that we need to document, or we refer you to their webpage, but they don't take phone calls.
It's supposed to be the USPS criminal hotline. Are you not a criminal hotline? Because that's the number that I found.
And I understand, and I'm explaining to you, they do not take phone calls. We document cases, and they reach out to you as they ever need additional information.
Okay, I have a case number, and nobody got back to me. And nobody got back to me and asked me, I have a package that was tampered with. Mail tampering. We're not talking about a damage claim here. We're talking about mail tampering. Okay, is there something that somebody doesn't understand here that I'm not making clear? Because everybody keeps hanging up on me.
No. As I explained, my postal inspection does not take phone calls. If a case needs to be documented, we document it with them.
Okay, who handles cases regarding federal mail tampering? That's all you need to answer.
Letting me finish.
Okay, go ahead and finish. Go ahead. I'm asking you one question only. Who handles situations with federal mail tampering issues?
It depends on if you had proof of somebody tampering or not.
I have proof of how it was before it was sent and how it arrived. And I got the postmaster. Postmaster looked at the box and is looking at all my boxes before they're sent because I've had so many tampered with. Okay?
Okay. Well, if it's not something that you physically saw somebody get into your mailbox and take or tamper with, have video cameras, or have...
Oh, so you're just going to pass the buck. Oh, yeah, so as if I'm supposed to... I'm recording this whole thing. This is really funny, and I'm putting it right on YouTube. What's your last name? This is really
I
funny.
can't give that out for security reasons.
Okay, this is really funny, and it's going to go right on YouTube and right to the Department of Justice right now. Because so you're just completely blowing me off, and you're saying
No, ma'am.
you're saying
No,
that
ma'am.
you're saying that I need to actually follow my box in the mail and actually be present in the post office where I am not allowed because I'm not a postal worker, and so I supposedly am supposed to have a camera with me and tracking my package and finding out if somebody's actually tampering with it. Is that what you're saying to me?
No, ma'am.
No, okay, let me understand what you're saying to me, because I just want to make sure what I can write to the Department of Justice here and to Trump. So make it clear, because it's being recorded.
Well, as I explained to you, if a package warrants being sent to postal inspection or our Office of Inspector General, who handles any type of in-mail theft, then we document the cases and they contact you back as they need additional information.
I have a case number and nobody contacted me back.
Okay. What's your name, please?
Debbie Davis, case number 11002152.
And your zip code, please?
78014.
And your address?
Address is in Catula, Texas. But you should be able to find all that with the case number.
I have to verify information, ma'am. What is your street address?
It's in Catula, Texas. I filed with the phone number 651-767-2892. Everything was already documented. It was a certain tracking number with the post office.
I still need to verify your mailing address.
I'm sorry. You should be able to look all that up under the case number. I'm calling to find out what the update is against a case number that I filed several weeks ago. What is the update to my case number where all of the information is already in the case number, ma'am? So why do I have to repeat myself? This is harassment at this point?
Okay, well, it's not harassment, ma'am.
Okay, so what is the update to my case number? You're like so laugh-worthy right now. How stupid you are that it's just unbelievable.
I'm not going to be called names. That's your first warning. I will hang up.
I don't really care what your warning is. You know what? I'm going to have you all arrested. Mark my words, okay? What is the status of my case number? Ma'am, this is the third time I'm asking. What is the status of my case number?
Well, ma'am, I do have to verify some information to make sure that I have the correct information on your case. I need to know your street address and your email address.
Why do you need that? Why do you need that information to look up a case number? Quit interrupting me! I pay you with my federal tax money.
No, you don't.
Yes. Oh, really? Who pays you? Who pays you?
By the sales and services of the sales that we make through the Postal Service.
Sales and services? Who gives you your paycheck? Sales and services. What is that through the United Nations?
No, ma'am. It's whenever you buy stamps or you send packages. That's how we get funded. We don't get funded by the United States government or your tax dollar. If you'd like to verify the information, I'd be glad to look at your case.
So your paycheck comes from. What does your paycheck say on it?
I can't give out that information. It's confidential information.
I want to know who is your boss and who do you work for? Who do you work for?
United States Postal Service.
Okay, but you just told me that your check doesn't come from the United States. So why are you telling me? Okay, so why are you telling me that you work for the United States Postal Service? Okay, once again, where does your paycheck come from? Who pays you? Who pays you?
Postal Service, the United States Postal Service.
Which is owned by who? Who owns it?
The United States Postal Service is an entity of its own, ma'am.
Entity of its own, not paid by the.
We're not part of the federal government. We are not part of the federal government, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, what part of the government are you?
We are an individual entity.
Okay. And so does the United Nations and the cabal pay you?
Ma'am, I work for the United States Postal Service, okay?
But you know what? But you just told me that you don't get a paycheck from the United States Postal.
I don't.
You get a federal paycheck.
I get paid. I don't get a federal paycheck, ma'am. I get a paycheck from the United States Postal Service. They're not part of the federal government. Would you like to know a response on your case, ma'am? I do regards to
No, they
so
did not. They never got back to me, and they never do. They never do, and I'm gonna keep calling until I figure out who you all work for. I want to know who you work for. Who do you work for?
I work for the United States Postal Service, ma'am.
And who's the head of that? Who's the head of that organization?
The Postmaster General.
Which is in D.C.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And does he know how corrupt this whole thing is and how much mail is being tampered with, or is that totally okay with him? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
I don't know whether or not it has been.
I want to make sure he gets arrested, so I want to know his name so I can make sure he gets arrested. What's his name?
Well, I'd be glad. Okay, well, you can look up the name of the Postmaster General, ma'am. Would you like the address where you can write them a letter?
Oh, I have, and they never get back to me. I'm gonna make sure you all get arrested. Okay, that's what I'm gonna make sure.
Okay, would you like me to escalate your case, ma'am, today, or?
I want to know if anybody actually did something. Oh, in your organization, because apparently I just spent a lot of money there, and people just think they can get in my mail, and then on top of it, I file damage claims, and my damage claims don't get paid. So that would be insurance fraud. So we got mail tampering, insurance fraud, and then and then I call a criminal hotline, and they act like it's no big deal that my packages are tampered with. And that it's and then you just blow me off. Every single person, they're like, when I call, they go, well, this isn't really a criminal hotline. This is more customer care. I didn't call a customer care hotline, ma'am. I called a criminal hotline. That's what it says online. It says USPS criminal hotline. Okay? That means it's a criminal matter, not a damage claim. Is there something that somebody doesn't understand here?
The damage claim doesn't necessarily mean it's a criminal matter, and if you have.
Oh no, it's a criminal matter. It's a criminal matter because somebody is tampering. Somebody's tampering with my mail. So what did they do on my case?
I've already explained to you. Somebody contacted you back.
No, they did not.
The status, and that would have been handled at your local post office. So if you spoke with your management at your local post office, they're the ones handling your case.
Nobody contacted me from my local post office.
You just told me a minute ago you spoke to the postmaster at your local post office.
No, I've talked to the postmaster in D.C. before. I've written to them, and they never respond.
Okay. Well, your case at this point shows that somebody has contacted you back.
No.
If you'd like me to escalate this to the district office, I'd be glad.
No, you're lying. Okay, so now we got.
Look.
Warning
that is that your second warning of calling me names, ma'am?
Now you're lying. Yes, you're a liar. Yep, I'm calling you a liar. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Lying. Okay, all right. So let's just add to the complaints. Okay, so let's just add to the complaints. I'm just going to keep adding to the complaints to the Department of Justice and have you arrested. Thank you.
You have a lovely day. I'm disconnecting this
call. Okay, I'm going to keep calling until I find out all your names. Mercedes, and what's your name again?
Thank you for taking the survey.
Okay, wasn't that lovely? This is our U.S. Post Office. This is who handles our post office. Okay, so they just told me that they are a private entity, not part of the federal government. That's why it's hard for Trump to do anything, because they are a private entity who is so corrupt that they can't even answer simple questions. They just give you the runaround. This has happened to me for years. Okay, so you see for yourself now how they act. And you can't get anywhere. I have written letters to the postmaster. I have written letters to I've written letters to my local one and the one in D.C. I never get any kind of response back. This first started happening to me in Minnesota, and the Postmaster General in Egan just blew me off. I mean, this is serious things. These are mail tampering issues. Every single one of my packages was ending up damaged when it got to the final destination. and there was nothing wrong with the box itself. Like, it wasn't just thrown around. It was actually pulled out and tampered with, so it's a mail tampering, and they're trying to act like it's not a criminal thing when it is a criminal thing. So I'm just gonna report them and document everything, and until it gets fixed.